In the early 2000s, U.S. intelligence discovered the location of terrorist group Al-Qaeda's leader Osama Bin Laden. He was hiding deep within a complex of caves in the Tora Bora mountains of Afghanistan, hundreds of feet below the rugged terrain. After the September 11 terrorist attacks, eliminating Bin Laden became an urgent priority. In March 2002, the Department of Defense and United States Air Force launched a daring mission called Operation Anaconda to destroy Al-Qaeda and Taliban forces sheltering in the remote mountain caves. To ensure the operation's success, the military urgently developed a powerful new weapon, the Blue 118B thermobaric bomb. Built in a rush under extreme pressure, this bomb was designed to penetrate deep underground before detonating with devastating force. Leading the rushed development was Dr. Nguyet Anh Duong, a brilliant explosives expert eager to serve her adopted country. Ignoring safety protocols, her team created the bomb in just 60 days. However, many experts argue that Duong's formidable creation never should have been unleashed. March 2002. Developed in the 1980s, the McDonnell Douglas F-15E Strike Eagle was designed to meet the United States Air Force requirements for use in the United States. It was designed to be a multi-role strike fighter that could carry up to 23,000 pounds of air-to-ground and air-to-air weapons. Dating back to its introduction in 1988, the multi-role strike fighter has been at the center of every major conflict the U.S. has been involved with, from Desert Shield to Operation Inherent Resolve and many others. Then, on March 2, 2002, in an undisclosed location near Afghanistan, a single F-15E Strike Eagle belonging to the 335th Fighter Squadron chiefs from the 4th Fighter Wings took off from the Shanikot Mountains near the country's eastern border. Hanging from its racks, the Strike Eagle carried the first operational Blue 118B thermobaric bomb, the United States' newest anti-terrorist weapon. The aircraft was taking part in Operation Anaconda, a joint military operation between the CIA paramilitary officers and several allies attempting to destroy Al-Qaeda and Taliban forces. Mission soldiers had found a tactically significant cave complex that, according to the then chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff General Richard Myers, was crowded with essential enemy personnel. Tagged with a targeting laser, the F-15's computer carefully calculated the height, speed, and range, and released the weapon directly toward the tunnel complex's entrance, set near a house-like structure. As the bomb's fins and airfoils twisted and tweaked, the free-falling weapon set course to the ground. The F-15 was able to launch the bomb right to the end of the aircraft's laser beam. However, the bomb missed the target. And even though the details are classified, the Pentagon did announce that the bomb missed the cave because it detonated early, wasting all of its earth-shuddering energy above ground. However, what mattered to the bomb's maker was the actual explosion itself. Thermobaric weapon. In July of 2001, Lieutenant Colonel Tom Ward arrived at the Department of Defense's offices, ready to comply with their urgent request to develop a tunnel defeat weapon. This bomb needed to be capable of penetrating deep inside cave complexes and flushing out enemies sheltered within. Though Ward was an experienced project manager, he had no expertise in bomb making. However, he dutifully met with scientists and explosives contractors to formulate a plan. His proposal called for producing 20 prototype warheads over 3 years with an estimated budget of $67 million. However, everything changed after the catastrophic 9/11 attacks. Ward's thermobaric bomb took on new urgency for the Defense Threat Reduction Agency, now on the front lines of the war on terror. The extensive testing and timeline Ward had mapped out suddenly seemed dangerously inadequate in the face of this new threat. Ward knew he needed to find the most brilliant explosives expert in the country, someone capable of rapidly developing a functional thermobaric bomb to deploy against Al-Qaeda's mountain hideouts. There was only one scientist up to this monumental task. If you are enjoying the video so far, make sure to leave a like and hit the subscribe button to see more military content just like this. When Nguyet Anh Duong arrived in Maryland in 1975 as a refugee from the Vietnam War, she promised that she would repay the United States for welcoming her and her family with open arms. As such, Duong decided that working with the Defense Department was the perfect way to fight for freedom and help preserve the country's integrity. When the war in Afghanistan started, Duong was the program manager for explosives at the Naval Surface Warfare Center Indian Head Division. An internationally recognized scientist, the 42-year-old Duong had developed nearly a dozen high-performance compounds used by all branches of the military. Her formidable expertise was exactly what war desperately needed. After an intense meeting to convey the monumental scope and urgency of the project, Duong readily agreed to take on the challenge. Though extremely daunting, creating this special weapon would allow her brilliance to serve her beloved adopted country. War had brought Duong the opportunity of a lifetime to protect and avenge the victims of 9/11 by engineering the ultimate bomb to defeat America's enemies once and for all. PBXIH-135. Duong already had the perfect explosive in mind, an experimental compound called PBXIH-135. While traditional explosions release their energy in microseconds, the addition of aluminum powder allowed thermobarics like PBXIH-135 to sustain their blast over longer durations. In confined spaces like caves, the heavy aluminum particles bounced back and forth, maximizing destruction. Duong knew a properly designed thermobaric based on PBXIH-135 could wreak havoc deep within Bin Laden's mountain lair. Working closely with her hand-picked team, Duong formulated over 600 gallons of the enhanced explosive under extreme deadline pressure. Safety checks and supplementary testing had to be skipped as every minute was precious. Mixing massive 20,000-pound batches in Indian Head's largest mixing vessels, Duong and her team worked round the clock. In their race against time, precision was vital as even small calculation errors could ruin entire production runs. As the first test bombs emerged, Duong could only hope her obsessive efforts had produced an explosive devastating enough for Ward's ambitious new weapon. Success and outrage. By December 14th, the day of the first official test, the urgent need for Duong's special bomb had reached a fever pitch. Intelligence sources indicated Osama Bin Laden was hiding in an elaborate underground compound in Tora Bora. The time had come to unleash Duong's fearsome creation. As the test bomb fell from 9,000 feet, Duong watched anxiously from a control room stuffed with television screens and sensors, drooling over every detail. To her relief, the results were unambiguous. The test was an utter success. Video analysis confirmed the explosion had managed to penetrate deep into the simulated cave before releasing its sun-hot expanding shockwaves. Elated, Duong realized her bomb's unique thermobaric blast was more devastating than even she had dared to hope. However, when the Pentagon proudly aired test footage to the public a week later, international outrage erupted. Critics blasted Duong's creation as an abhorrent weapon of mass destruction, confusing its incendiary effects with banned chemical weapons. Stung after praise for her genius had suddenly curdled to condemnation, Duong was shocked when the Pentagon quickly backpedaled under political pressure. Despite the weapon's clear military necessity and her team's tireless efforts, Duong couldn't help but feel deeply wounded. A missed opportunity. After months of grueling development, Duong's bomb was finally deployed in combat on March 2, 2002. An F-15E Strike Eagle jet carried the precious weapon to the Afghan mountains, hunting for Bin Laden's location. Duong waited anxiously for news of her bomb's effects. To her bitter dismay, reports came back that it had missed the target cave complex entirely. Instead of devastating the Al-Qaeda hideout, her creation exploded harmlessly against a hillside. The pilot blamed an evasive maneuver during the bombing run which sent the bomb off course. But Duong was inconsolable. Her exhausting efforts had been wasted by a simple human error. Osama bin Laden slipped through America's grasp once more, perhaps never to be found. In the following years, Duong couldn't help agonizing over what might have been. Had her bomb hit its mark, would 9/11 have been fully avenged that day? Would bin Laden's terrorist network have been permanently demolished? The missed opportunity haunted Duong for the rest of her decorated career. Despite the deep disappointment over the missed opportunity to eliminate bin Laden in 2002, Duong remained proud of her creation and contributions to America's defense. Though controversial, Project Blue 118B showcased Duong's brilliant optimism that her adopted country would prevail against terrorism no matter the odds. In subsequent years, Duong continued pioneering explosive innovations to better protect troops and civilians until her retirement in 2013. By then, bin Laden had finally been tracked down and eliminated by other means than her specialized bomb. Nonetheless, Duong's formidable thermobaric brainchild went on to be deployed with more success in later conflicts, including, importantly, during the Battle of Tora Bora. Her work undoubtedly saved many American lives through the turbulence of the War on Terror. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and turn on the notification bell to get notified anytime we post amazing videos like this.